Hello, welcome to DIY Salvation's Trom Talk. I'm Mary Tandri, and today I'll tell you the most common reason why you can't seem to get that man you've just met out of your mind. Now you've met a man, whether through mutual friends, work, school, or chance encounter. You find him interesting, then afterwards, you cannot stop thinking about him. You wish you could, yet can't, and now your mind is not such a comfortable place anymore. Maybe you have a crush, maybe not. You just can't wrap your wits round what's going on. He's got your attention and you want his. You try and flirt the next time you see him, but to no avail. He is either not interested in you, or he is the sort that wouldn't know a good flirting if one came up and bit him. He has so much of your attention, yet you have hardly any of his, and it is so unfair. Let's try and understand this. Let's start by learning a bit about life itself. In Trom we begin to understand life by understanding the nature of postulates. A postulate is a wish, a desire, or an intention. There are 4 basic postulates that govern life: to know, to not know, to be known, to not be known. Postulates can interact with each other in many ways. They can agree with each other. They can conflict with each other. One postulate can overwhelm the other and change it. If you ask a question and you get an answer, then to know and to be known are in agreement. If you play hide and seek, your to know postulate is in conflict with your opponent's not be known postulate, seeking being the to know postulate, and hide being to not be known. You can be overwhelmed by someone's must be known postulate. That is just a to be known postulate with a lot of intensity behind it. If the postulate is intense enough, you will continue to know that person, so to speak, even if they are not around. Which brings us back to the man you cannot get out of your mind. Now why can't you just forget about this guy and get on with your life? Why can't it be just that simple? Because in examining postulates and the nature of life, we find there are 2 activities in this universe that are futile. I will give you this one first, as it is the easier to understand. Trying to know something that has not been brought into existence to be known is an act of futility. I mean, you can't know about green cats, for example, because green cats simply don't exist. So just apply that same logic to the reverse. It is futile to try and not know something that has been brought into this universe to be known. In your case, this man has such an intense, must-be-known postulate that he is nearly impossible to forget. He forces you to know him, and it does not go away. Now it is quite natural that you try and get his attention too. You believe this will even the score and balance things. But the man ignores your efforts to get his attention. And that makes it even worse as far as trying to get him out of your mind, because now you start thinking maybe there is something wrong with you, maybe you are not so attractive and charming as you thought. Maybe the problem is not with you, being confident in how attractive and charming you are. Maybe he is just an idiot that can't see a good thing when it is right in front of him. And the thought just makes you more resentful of him, making him plague your thoughts even more so. For starters, don't take this personally. There's probably nothing wrong with you. And there is not really anything wrong with him, other than he is in a compulsive condition regarding the games he plays in life. For the person who is compulsively postulating he must be known is actually putting out 2 postulates. It's a must be known postulate, and simultaneously a must not know postulate. Those who intensely want to be known by others really aren't that interested in knowing others. To put it in other words, his desire to be interesting blinds himself to you and others around him. He wants all the attention and gives practically none. If this sounds strange, think of 2 people at a party showing off, telling jokes, and all that sort of thing, trying to get everyone else's attention. The 2 of them are not really interested in each other at all. One is trying to be more interesting to everyone else than the other. Similarly, if you are trying to get a man's attention that has so thoroughly gotten yours it overwhelms you, chances are you'll get everyone's attention but his, some of it unwelcome at that. He's already won this game before you've even started. You are the one preoccupied with him, and not the other way around. So what in bloody hell can you do about this mess? The simplest answer is to just plain know him. If you cannot do this in person, you can at least postulate, or in other words intend to know him, and know him willingly. And this may ease some of the tension, as you are now no longer engaged in this futile activity of trying to not know something in your mind that is clearly and plainly there. Also, you need to change your postulate of trying to be known to him by deciding you are going to be unknown to him. You are no longer going to make a fool of yourself by trying to get his attention. Now this doesn't mean you have to go hide in some corner like a child, nor does it mean you have to be rude and not say hello when you see him. You just aren't going out of your way to try and get him to notice you. But you do make sure to know him. Eventually you will wear down his postulate of to be known to you, and though you won't be able to just make him vanish out of your mind or out of existence for that matter, at least now you have some control over your thinking regarding him. You can think about him or not think about him. You can take him or leave him. And you may just wear down his not know postulate on you, seeing as you are not resisting that either. He may get curious about you and take notice of you finally. And if you do like the guy, this is the time to let him know you. Just don't overwhelm him. I want you to thoroughly understand this concept of wearing down someone's postulates by agreeing with them. If you ask a question, or the to know postulate, and get an answer, you don't then keep asking that question, right? The answer is made known to you. If you hide something and no one can find it, you don't try hiding it again now, do you? That would be your to not be known postulate at work. Think about how many times you have gotten what you want, and then get bored with it, and then eventually get rid of it. And consider, if you continually rejected everyone around you and then one day they were all gone, you'd probably change your postulate and want them back, right? Lastly, consider how movie stars, before they started acting, they wanted all sorts of attention. Now they get so much attention they are sick of it, and don't even want to go out in public, though there are exceptions to that. People change their postulates once they are fulfilled. So you compliment, or fulfill his postulates, and he has the freedom now to change them, and most likely will. All this may sound like manipulation, but it doesn't have to be if it is carried out with an honorable intent of ending the compulsive game between you and this person, and establishing communication instead. You are actually doing yourself and him a favor once you have fulfilled his postulates, which allows him to comfortably change his. You both now have a little more freedom in this matter. All right then. Now if you have watched this video and said to yourself, this is not really what's going on and I don't think it's going to handle it, then something else could be going on, which I will discuss in the next Trum Talk video. In the meantime, feel free to browse our channel. If you want to educate yourself more about this subject of postulates, we have a playlist for that. And if you want to find out more about Trum in general, we've made an introductory video showing exactly how to study it. In any case, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe so as not to miss out on anything we put up in the future. And you can also write us at trumguides@gmail.com. This has been a presentation of DIY Salvation.